Hi, how are you? Welcome to the CaveCast 18. My name is Admire. With me to the left is Kynes, or me right, depending on how you're looking at me. Next to him, as always, is Munk, and behind the controls is Bud. We'll bring it in right now, my fine fella.
I found a human spinal column in my fecal matter once.
It never gets old. I don't know where that came from, by the way.
That clip.
It's on the fly, deciding to do the voice.
Some shite in a bucket.
Some shite in a bucket. Junkie Joe Joyce is what I call ya. Hey, welcome back. It's the CaveCast. It's been a long time coming. It's been, I don't know, 2 months or something. We've, part of us have been helping in the effort to find a missing airplane, and the other part of us got a new girlfriend, which has been taking up a lot of his time, and the rest of us has just been remaining badasses. So, but we're back, and it's going to be a short one today because we all got shit to do. I'm the one with the new girlfriend, by the way.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, it's totally me.
Now we're going to start losing viewers and shit.
Yeah.
Chicks are going to be mad.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Let it be known that Marcus does not have a girlfriend.
He'll pick up your heartbroken
Ladies,
fans.
don't stop listening because Marcus is still single and ready to mingle.
And fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm a talker first.
He'll keep you up with pillow talk.
You want to see the light of day in the morning? I got you.
Most of the time. Anyways, we're back, and God, we're gonna try to fucking get this on the regular again, get back going with it. I apologize to those 4 of you that do listen regularly, and if you're still with us, I thank you as well.
I think we're up to 5 these days.
5?
Yeah.
It's the Garden Hands sponsorship that pulled a couple more in, I think.
The Garden Hands bump.
Yes. So, fuck. I don't know. I guess we could start out with also a little bit of bad news. We had to, not you, of course, Kynes, but we had to take a couple weeks to mourn the Blazers postseason dying suddenly in its sleep.
Yeah.
It was a little rough.
I was rooting for him.
That shot that Damian Lillard made in the final game of round 1.
There was some definite heroics.
Yeah.
In the first series.
Basically, my living room scene was a few Blazers fans all in a group around the TV, immediately spreading out and running in different directions while screaming at the same time. Marcus jumped into my arms while I had a beer in my hand. I dropped the beer all over the kitchen floor. Didn't give a shit.
Did not matter at all.
It's awesome when you get those moments in the postseason with your team because you always watch the replays of all the great shots of all time.
Yeah.
Like I remember when Fisher hit that with 0.4 seconds left against the Spurs in the postseason. It was just because they miss those shots so often.
Well, and you guys had Robert Horry and Kobe too that were doing that on the regs.
I think,
big shot, Rob.
Yeah, I think Rick Fox had a big 3 one game in the postseason. The end.
Yeah. Well, as a Cowboys and an Oregon State Beavers fan, I don't get a lot of chances to enjoy sports like that, like I did. So, I thank the Blazers for that, and also, you're a young team.
They showed up. I mean, they made it. They made it into the postseason.
Into the second round.
And did some work. They
won their first series in 14 years.
Watching them, it looked to me like they had a decent shot. Like I hadn't watched the Blazers all year, to be honest. And so when I was watching the postseason games, I was like, wow, these guys they're way better than I thought they were. And I saw that Josh got a picture with, what's his name?
Nick Batum. Yeah, I showed Marcus that yesterday. That's pretty cool. Damn, there's some UFC fights going on right now. We got to get Cousin Josh back in here pretty soon to tell bad jokes and
to drop his
And
Mumbly knowledge.
drop a little MMA knowledge. So yeah, next year, I mean, I'm getting all sad again just talking about it. Fucking, and yeah, maybe next year there'll be a little more experienced team and get to go a little farther.
Yeah, but if you're a Blazer fan, you're probably a little sad right now. But I feel like a Holocaust survivor as a Laker fan. We had a game where we ran out of players.
Oh my god.
We didn't have enough players to take the court because
That's only if before the Holocaust, the Jews were all cocky, sitting on top of the world
Yeah,
for
that's true.
years and years and years.
maybe it's more like the fall of the Roman Empire or something. Then
Yeah, that's actually a little more accurate, I'd say.
but it's fuck, dude. This is like Laker fans. This is just nightmarish. Kobe, I don't know if he'll ever come back or be the same again. And it was hard, dude. It was hard watching them.
Hey,
We're so spoiled and used to success that a season like this just.
Anderson Silver's my favorite fighter. I know. Did you guys hear me just say Anderson Silver? Fucking mushmouth.
At least his loss was like a freak accident, though.
Losses.
The last one, I mean.
Losses.
It's hard to say what would have happened for sure if his leg hadn't snapped grotesquely.
Oh my god.
I can't watch the video of shit like that. It makes me sick.
It seems to be a common thing these days. Tyrone Spong, he's basically of the highest level of kickboxers. He's 2-0 in MMA, but he's a main kickboxer. And I think, was it me and you watching it?
Yeah.
We he fought Jesus. The fucking Gokhan Saki. He fought Gokhan Saki. It was kickboxing. This promotion does a one night tournament to where I think it was 4 guys. Was it 4 guys?
They didn't show all the fights.
Well, I think the bracket though, they showed all those ones.
Okay.
And I think it was 4 guys. You know, 2 guys, and then the 2 winners fought for the championship. And whereas Gokhan Saki popped the guy's eardrum in the first round that he fought, fucking bleeding out his ears and shit, Tyrone Spong fought a full fight, a fight that I thought he very well could have lost. And then the next fight in the second round, or in the first or second round, I want to say it was the first round, against Gokhan Saki, he checked a leg kick just like that. And it wasn't an Anderson Silva where he broke both bones on his lower leg. He broke the first one. And same exact thing pretty much, except it wasn't as brutal. And
Well, it's bendy.
yeah, he didn't gain a complete new joint.
Yeah.
No Gumby going on.
Oh, God. And, yeah, but apparently I've been seeing on Twitter Tyrone Spong's back to training 2 weeks after breaking that leg. Or 3 weeks maybe.
It's nuts.
Good
It's just
genetics.
fucking crazy.
I'd be in bed on so many painkillers.
He's hitting Pat. That's probably what's got him in the gym. He's all oxied out or something.
Feel good.
So anyways, moving on, I wanted to shout out the federal court for once for shooting down Oregon's gay marriage ban. Just legalize weed and the state's back on the right direction.
That's what I was thinking.
I was surprised that that hasn't happened yet. Washington beats to it in Colorado.
Yeah, we really shit the bed on the last. Which, I mean, I didn't fucking vote, so.
I did, but I didn't. But yeah, I was surprised last time when neither one of them went through. I was like, what? We're first on most things. Like, we're usually pretty good about shit. We let you kill yourself. I mean, we're the first state in all 50 states that allow you to actually
Is that
do
physician
your own
assisted?
suicide.
Or
There's this documentary called How to Die in Oregon, and it's about that. If anybody wants to watch it, it's pretty good. It's about how we passed the law that if you're terminally ill and you're in pain and you don't have, you have to meet a lot of requirements to get it okay. But they basically give you a prescription, and you could go get a bag full of medicine.
kind of like Doug Stanhope's mom situation.
I don't know.
Oh.
And then you make a cocktail and take it and go to drink. And they followed the lives of 3 different women that were on cancer that actually do it.
God
And
damn.
it's pretty crazy.
You have to have a death sentence, obviously.
Basically, you have to be dying and
3 months
in pain.
or something, yeah. Well, before we move on to anything else, I want to say congratulations to my Aunt Denny and my Aunt Colleen. They actually, before, I think I said something about it in the last one, they are now married. They actually went to Washington before the ban on same-sex marriage was lifted here, and tied the old knot, and we had a little barbecue for them today.
Right on.
Thought it was funny. My uncle has apparently taken to writing poems for big family events.
Oh, nice.
So he had I wasn't at Mother's Day, but he did one Mother's Day and for his daughter's graduation. And I seen my aunt was all worried today, and I was like, "What's up?" You know, and she's like, "Your fucking uncle wrote a poem," and there's a lot of people there. You know, there's a lot of people, and basically my uncle started out with saying, you know, Denny gave me shit at Mother's Day for doing a poem, and I said, you know, don't worry, when you guys get married, I'm gonna have one ready for you too. And then he said, you know, my only problem was I could not think of a word that rhymed with lesbian. And then apparently my Aunt Denny told him, just use dyke, stupid. That shit made me laugh, and you know, just the family's got a good sense of humor, so it all was pretty fun. But anyways, yeah, congrats to the newlyweds. A happy wife, and may they live long and prosper.
Word.
So, yeah. Now you can get married in Oregon. So, guys, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
I got good benefits at my job.
I'm looking at my options and shit now.
Yeah. Fuck. What do we want to move on to next? I gotta get this out before anything else. Fuck Royce Gracie at this point. I'm done with him. I've given him the benefit of the doubt for being an asshole for too long because of the legend that he is, because he introduced me to jiu-jitsu, because, you know, he's the forerunner of the sport of MMA that I love dearly. And he's done great things. Okay, he has not done great things. The only great thing he's done was Helio Gracie and Carlson Gracie put him forth as the guy when they could have picked from any of their sons.
And they put him forth because he was supposed to be the worst.
And
out of their
he
whole
didn't.
brothers.
He looked like Rickson Gracie is a fucking, basically looks like a chiseled Greek god,
Right.
and is the baddest Gracie of them all. And then Royce Gracie kind of looks a little bit like Royce, but was not as easy to control by Helio. And I started looking into it after Eddie Bravo fought Royce Gracie again as a Metamoris rematch.
I saw that
a month and a half ago.
I watched that fight.
And if there would have been judges, Eddie would have won that fight. I've watched it a couple times now, and Eddie controlled it and had him in the most danger of anything. And
fuck yeah, man, he was
pretty one-sided.
He was ripping him to shreds at one point.
If it would have been a less flexible dude,
if it wouldn't have been a crazy Brazilian Gracie, most guys would. That's the respect I gave. Was it which Gracie was it? Royler.
Which,
dude, he put up with some torture and didn't tap.
Well,
so that was impressive. But Eddie obviously won.
That's what put Eddie on the map, was beating Royler the first time. He was a purple belt, which is in jiu-jitsu a step below a black belt. In 2003, I want to say. Not positive on that, but he went down to Brazil for the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Worlds, and in the second round ended up in Royler's bracket. In the second round ended up facing Royler, who was never beaten in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition ever.
Right.
And he ended up triangle choking him, and shit went nuts for Eddie after that. He started 10th Planet, really got 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu going and kind of built off his fame. And he used to get baked with Joe Rogan. They've always been good friends, and he used to write for the Man Show with him back in the day, and they used to just get baked and write skits all the time. So I'm sure that helped him out. But
he's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy. Yeah, he's a funny, cool dude. and respectful. And after the match, Eddie had an adrenaline dump, said thank you to Hoyler for giving me another fight and all this. And then he left and he went behind the trailers and started vomiting. And at that point, Royce came up to him, started pointing his finger in his chest and said, "It's good you said that about my family because you always talked trash before." And Eddie started, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I never once did. And they've got a problem with Eddie because he is...
The pride.
They're so prideful, exactly.
That's all it is, really.
And the gi is such a jiu-jitsu tradition. Eddie was campaigning, well, not campaigning, but the way he does it is no gi.
Yeah.
Because it's not built for MMA, which Eddie saw as a growing, blossoming sport that, he wanted people that do jiu-jitsu to look good in MMA, and traditional jiu-jitsu was not going to work eventually.
The thing is most modern jiu-jitsu tournaments, look like they're moving towards no gi.
Yeah.
The good ones and stuff, anyways.
Yeah. I can't. It's hard for me to watch people yanking on collars and stuff. I love jiu-jitsu. It's by far my favorite individual martial art. But it's hard for me to enjoy watching people, watching that be a strategy as pulling your gi open and yanking on it one way or the other.
I like the idea of the special matches like the Eddie Bravo and Gracie one, where maybe both guys just decided and wear what they want in a situation like a match like they had. But yeah, I guess didn't they negotiate the pants and everything?
They did.
And all that stuff. And
Eddie actually wanted to switch pants a couple weeks before the actual fight, and the Gracie family flipped out about it.
Yeah.
And caused a big stink, and he's like, fine, I'll fucking... And that was a big part of that fight. That's a lot of what saved Hoyler's ass, was being able to grab those pants.
So Royce was mad at him because he said he used to talk crap about him?
Yeah. And a week later, after they interviewed Eddie about it on Twitter, he put up sections of his book that he wrote the year after he beat Hoyler. Mm-hmm. And the whole first 5 pages is just basically blowing the Gracies.
He always does.
And
every time I've
giving
ever
him
heard.
Gave you the utmost respect by.
There's a video of him talking about Kron Gracie.
Kron.
Yeah, where he's just, everything he says about him is how amazing he is, and he says that some match that Kron had with somebody's the best Brazilian jiu-jitsu match he's ever seen. And
yeah, he's a student of the game that wanted to make, and he has made it better. He's invented fucking moves that were never done before, and he revolutionized the rubber guard, which is a widely used thing. The twister was really never seen before. That electric chair that he got Hoyler in their match, where he had his fucking, basically his legs fucking wishboned out. Mm-hmm. And
that was insane.
So anyways, yeah, I'm off the bandwagon for good, I think. He's a dick. The way he acted back, do you remember when he fought Matt Hughes? He came back and fought Matt Hughes, and I give him the benefit of the doubt. He acted like a dick, and I didn't ever like Matt Hughes, and never was a fan of Matt Hughes. So I was automatically dick riding on Gracie. And
Hughes was nice about it.
Hughes was completely
He gave Gracie outs and stuff. He's like, well, he's not used to these rules, and you could tell there was a part of him that felt bad that he kicked his ass. It was like beating your
dad in a wrestling match.
He was like, well, he's not used to these rules and blah blah blah. He was giving Royce excuses for why Royce lost.
He gained a lot of respect for him because of that.
Yeah.
Matt Hughes.
The way he handled it.
That's the thing, it's hard to root for a guy who always comes off, every time you hear a story about him, he's being an asshole. And the Gracies are just real prideful, and every loss, there's always some sort of reason that they lost besides the fact that the other guy outperformed them. There was always a reason.
They don't win graciously.
No.
Or lose graciously.
No, they don't. There's always a conspiracy if they lose.
They don't lose graciously.
Yeah.
In one of his last professional MMA fights, it was outside of the UFC. He got busted for steroids as well. Royce Gracie. So
wasn't he was going to fight Sakuraba or when he got busted or after?
I think it was. I want to say it was an Asian.
It was
dude.
the guy, the Gracie hunter.
Gracie killer, yeah.
Yeah,
Sakuraba.
the guy that beat like every Gracie
it may have been Sakuraba.
or beat a couple Gracies, and Royce
I think
was
he
going
lost
to,
that. I think he lost that fight. So, yeah, that's my whole point. Is I know it'll sound shocking to any fucking hardcore fight fans that aren't as hardcore as me, but fuck him. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't care what he's done. It doesn't give you an excuse. Could fucking cure cancer tomorrow, and if you fucking act like that much of an asshole for that many years in a row, I'm still,
right.
Kick rocks, dickhead. So yeah, that's all it is to it. So anyways, speaking of fighting, I'm working on my transitions. We're working on my 6 segues. There's been another victim in the latest knockout game. Another latest victim in the knockout game. I read about it yesterday. First of all, what do you think the suspect looked like, Kynes?
If I had to guess,
He had a hoodie on.
Yeah.
And he was between 5'8" and 6 feet tall.
And he wears pants sometimes.
Yes.
Vague as you could possibly be.
Very media of you. Yeah, he's black. Basically, it was a 21-year-old girl. He broke her orbital bone in her nose. Apparently, he won the knockout game, I believe.
Sounds like he fucking won big time.
Yeah. But she happened to be with a guy friend who chased the dude down and put him in a chokehold and ripped one of his dreadlocks out in the process.
Oh, fuck.
And the interview says that the guy friend made him apologize, but then he somehow got out of the choke and got away. Which is, if he would have, if Royce Gracie would have been a little more forthcoming with his fucking jiu-jitsu, that guy would have put him to sleep instead of... But anyways, yeah, the dude got away. Cops caught up with him later. Maybe DNA evidence off the scalp and dreadlock that the girl's friend still had in her hand.
He should. The guy that ripped the dreadlock off should wear that dreadlock as a trophy, the way hunters used to in the olden days.
Like a necklace.
Yeah,
like he's Khal Drago.
Like hang it off his belt or something and just wear it everywhere. That's fucked. Why would you?
It would only smell for a couple of weeks.
What? It's pretty fucked up to pick a girl though, even if you're gonna play the knockout game. Like,
wasn't he like 36 or something?
36, like
yeah.
Jesus.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, the media.
Like, why can't you hit Bill O'Reilly for your knockout game? Or Sean Hannity, or just some douchebag that.
God damn.
Break their orbital bone.
Yeah.
You'll get extra points for that shit. They're famous. I mean, it would be awesome.
Donald Sterling, latest.
Justin Bieber, catch him with his
game.
security guard is taking a piss and just clock.
Yeah, he's pissing on a plant in a restaurant and somebody Superman punches him from stage left.
Knocks his head clear off his shoulders.
That's the ultimate winner of the knockout game, right? Mm-hmm. You not only if it's Bieber, but if his head comes off.
That's going to be my challenge to all of you athletes in the knockout game sport.
Athletes.
There's going to be some new rules.
All of you thuglites in there.
The points you get for a knockout depend on how famous the person is.
That's actually.
And then
extra decapitation points.
Right.
Well, what if it ends up being Jessica Biel? We gotta narrow this down a little bit. Quit knocking out girls, you fucking pussies.
Yeah, you can't knock out
God
a girl.
damn, it's not part of the game.
Sorry,
I'm knocking shit over. It made me angry. Honestly, what kind of even if that is a cool game to play, like let's go to an alternate universe where that is something that fucking makes you tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like weight classes.
Maybe put weight classes in there too.
You gotta have 3 judges to verify
gender
in your problem. Ooh, yeah.
There's a lot of different things that can go into the officiality of this.
Gender classes.
Sharky
should know.
If you hit somebody with a sucker punch and they don't go out, then they get to hit you back immediately.
You have to turn around and let them run up on you full speed.
Right, you have to turn around and close your eyes and wait for the punch to come.
Can you imagine if one of these pussies decided to fucking really think they were tough and try this knockout game against some fucking 6'4", Cain Velasquez looking motherfucker or something like that, and he just turns and smiles at him and then takes a bite out of his face.
That's why they're already cowards.
Yeah.
That's why they're victims.
There's no other word for it. Fucking cowards.
It's fucked up.
So, yeah, that's all there is to it. New Donald Sterling audio. Did we get the hot sex with V. Stiviano? Does it say, is it the Maserati guy? This guy is fucking hateable. I listened to this audio the other day, and if there's ever been a good person for the knockout game, it's this fucking Maserati pimp from Vegas.
What's he have to do with Donald Sterling?
He was Donald Sterling's pimp.
Oh.
This after the first audio came out, this guy's excuse is he was racist. So the next time he called me to unload on me, because apparently they were friends, the next time he called me to unload on me, I just hit record. I mean, he's trying to. You gotta play it. Just fucking.
There's more than one here. I'm not sure.
Did you got Maserati?
Should I go back?
Rapper? He says he's a rapper too. Fuck this guy. Play that first one. Let's see what it is. Ooh, that sounds like it's.
She's not that hot either. I mean, she's
like 30 something. If you fucking got $1 billion.
He fucked up so bad though. Like, I don't know if it's fair or not, but
I don't know. I think it's perfectly fair. I mean, those thoughts are built with hate. You have a right to your own opinion.
That's the side of the argument that I buy into the most, is that because the argument seems to be, should he be allowed to say whatever he wants in his own house and not be penalized for it?
Absolutely.
I get that. That's where I'm conflicted. Then there's the other half, like Marcus just said, the other part of me that goes, but he's one of those fuckheads that thinks that way, and he's in a position of power, and he abuses it sometimes.
Well,
which is what he should get in trouble for.
Exactly.
Misrepresentation. You know, like of what he's doing. He has these black athletes working for him, making him money, and he's behind the scenes smashing them.
Right.
Well, it's okay to be around them,
which is fine. I think that's fine if he mistreats them.
My personal opinion is just say what you want. You can say what you want, but the repercussions of it, you're gonna get them.
Right.
You gotta watch yourself.
I think that goes tiptoes on a line, because if you start thought policing people, which it's the same thing with what's his face from Duck Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid thoughts and ideas about things, but he's got a right to be an idiot.
Yeah.
And if Donald Sterling is which he's been brought up on, like buildings that he owned about being racist or whatever, prejudice towards.
Yeah, he's got other things. There's guys coming out saying we've known he's been racist for years because he did this and this and this. Then
that's what he should be punished for. But I think you tiptoe a line I don't want to go to when it's okay to record somebody saying something in their own house and then.
Because if you got mad at somebody, you wanted to take them down, you could go bait them into saying something.
This is gonna start some serious shit where people aren't.
But in his specific case, I'm kind of happy that it happened to him, because you just know he's one of those guys.
And that just personal preference. I mean, it's legal for him to. He can say what he wants and be that way, but I don't like him. That
he has, and that should be as far as it goes. And that's Clippers fans should use their money to punish him. He shouldn't get the team taken away from him, but they ought to say, as long as you own this shit, you're not making money off of us. It should be the people that determine it, not fucking.
Yeah. One thing I do like about it also is, it's nice to see them punish a white owner for saying something stupid for once, instead of, because if it was a player, what would happen to him? You know, if it was a player whose girlfriend put out as racist, he would have to apologize. He'd lose money. He'd be suspended for who knows how long. It's cool to see that they laid into an owner for screwing up. I mean, because usually it doesn't happen.
Let's hear this shit and see what we got going. Bigify that.
Straight off the bat. I knew Donald about 5-6 years. How I know him? God, that's a good question. You know, Donald likes to have fun. Donald likes, you know, Donald likes a lot of women. I mean, it's obvious. The world knows Donald. I mean, it's no surprise. I met him through I met him through a few.
First of all, I hope this guy gets in trouble for fucking doing audio recordings without somebody's permission. The girl, she had maybe a valid excuse saying he's losing his mind. He told me to record all this shit. This guy, I hope fucking, no matter what, I hope he fucking, something happens to him too, because you've got to take that other side of the coin. Like, if you don't.
And in his case, they did business together, right? So
yeah, he said they were friends.
So this is like a snitches get stitches sort of situation. He shouldn't be talking about some of this stuff. As far as far as guy code goes, but I don't know. Maybe when you turn out to be such an asshole, you just lose all your respect and rights. But yeah, this guy's. I mean, how could you go do business with this guy after? He just ratted on his own. This audio
that he plays for them was after the whole fucking shit hit the fan in the first place.
Right.
It's basically Sterling, fucking calling to vent with this guy who he thought was a friend. And
I met him through a friend of mine introduced me to him, and I actually ran a service in Las Vegas. After a while, he didn't show no sign of racism to me, so I mean, he seemed, straight cool. He didn't have any, he never showed no sign of racist to me, so just when I heard the tape, it just really threw me off. He liked them light-skinned. I ain't gonna lie, he liked the light-skinned. He always preferred light-skinned women. I was really upset.
This guy's a cunt. He's a fucking cunt.
He probably just wanted attention.
Could you guys... I could not imagine me saying some of the stuff that I say just to get laughs.
To me too. That was the part of me that was worried about it.
As an audio and then chopped up out of context.
Like if Natalie got mad at me, if I won $500 million and Natalie got mad at me and she wanted to Sterling me, I'd be in so much deep, shit I say at home, like
constantly.
Yeah. But hopefully you could tell on the tape that I was joking.
I by no means think it's okay to molest kids, but I make fucking child molestation jokes. Fucking
humor. Natalie doesn't like the way I talk sometimes, so I go overboard just to make her cringe, get on her nerves.
Yeah,
she could destroy me in the public, like. Big time.
And just make up a story. He says this all the time. He thinks that the white race should rule the world and there needs to be an ethnic cleanse. And then she's got you all chopped up.
Right.
White people rule.
Or even just
ethnic
really saying bad stuff but not meaning
sarcastic.
Yeah.
Final solution.
Something.
Yeah. It's just.
But you could tell from his tape, that he felt.
I mean, yeah, I'm exaggerating. Way. These aren't all chopped up, but I'm saying that's the line that you toe when you start letting everybody record everything without people knowing about it. That's why it's a law. That's why fucking cops have to tell you to let you know you're being recorded right now. You can take video of cops. That's okay. But as soon as there's audio involved, they fucking use the same right that they, if you don't let them know, then fucking that's a criminal charge.
That's what me and Natalie were talking about last night. We were both just like talking about how weird or what exactly are the laws about recording somebody, because she was saying, well, it's against the law to record somebody without their consent and use their like if their face is in it, or if it's a video or such and such. And I was like, well, but you see all these videos of people recording cops with their cell phones. Did that cop consent to that recording, or is that a fucking open case right there? You know,
it's different state by state, but I know in this state,
yeah,
if you take audio of them without their consent, then they can put charges on you.
That's what Natalie
take your cell phone. It's
I didn't know.
You have to inform
I didn't know.
police officer.
It's the same reason why when they pull you over, they say to let you know you're being recorded.
So what if you tell the cop you're being recorded?
He knows.
I think that's the same thing as them saying it to you.
But can he say don't?
No.
And then you have to turn it off? Or?
He has to watch. He'll watch himself.
The next line is you getting too close and him basically saying you're interrupting with his investigation.
Okay.
So, you know, if you're far enough away to where he can't say that you're interrupting his investigation, then you're most likely not going to get audio anyways. So there's the rubber zone there. I don't think you can make money off of something like that. I think that's when it gets, you know, like when it's on TV and you have blurred faces and people don't realize they're being recorded.
Right.
They get, you know, like they don't have permission to put you on television, really, you know, and make money off of you.
The Young Turks did a story about revenge porn. That guy's recording girls without their knowledge and then putting it on the internet. And there's been some big fucking sentences levied for shit like that, and I was like, wow.
Well, did you hear about the girl? I think she did. It was a casting couch. Casting couch, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
She did porn and
killed herself
last week.
I went and checked out her porn.
Did you see? Okay.
And no, here's the thing. I didn't think about what I was doing until I started the video.
I did.
And when she was sitting there giving her interview, then it right like halfway through the interview, before the sex even got going, it hit me like, oh, you're watching a dead person's porn. Like, I started to get weirded out by the fact that I was watching it. But,
that's where I got when I was like, oh, you know, I kind of want to see that. Like, they show the picture of her and it's like, yeah, she's
pretty hot, dude.
And I'm like, then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, okay, I do have a line.
Yeah.
And that's it. I think I can't.
No, I couldn't jerk it to it, but I did check it out. So.
Okay, well.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
road,
here's a really uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
You know, like
once
because she died,
especially like that.
She killed herself for that reason. You know, like.
Here's the thing. I saw some tweets that she put up. And I think it was after the bullying started, and she had a couple of tweets they showed that said #pornfamous, and basically like she was trying the rub it in your face angle, like
I'm proud of it. Fuck off.
Yeah, and apparently she wasn't. You got that audio? Let's check this one.
I can't confirm the voice in the new audio tape is without a doubt Sterling's. Certainly sounds like him, and he's not denying it's him on the tape. When I sat down with Sterling face to face, he had surprisingly kind words for V. Stiviano, the woman who threw him under the bus. He sounded more hurt than outraged by her betrayal. That's what he said when the cameras were rolling. It's not all he's been saying, though, about her on tape. Here's Randy Kay.
Could this be Donald Sterling on tape again? This time turning the tables on his mistress, V. Stiviano, whose original recording got Sterling in hot water.
Because he says
on
she's
the tape
a monster
obtained
in
by the Daily
sack.
Mail, a man sounding like the LA Clippers owner tells someone, reportedly his longtime friend, rapper Maserati, that V is the racist. Listen.
She said, I will never go out with a black guy. She said, do you know what it is to wake up every morning and wish you were white? She tried so hard to make her skin white, and she does it every night.
It's a far different tone from
Sterling's
conversation earlier this week.
The jury's still out. I'm not sure if it's him.
She didn't sound like she wanted to be white in the video. She sounded like she was chastising him for the way he felt.
Well, I think that's the
conflict.
I think this is him venting. So it's like,
that's what
why did she do this?
Yeah.
She says this and does this. All right, let's see what we got here. We got any more?
where in tears he admitted that he made the racist comments. No mention of Stiviano's beliefs.
Everybody wants to be cared for. I made such a mistake.
You have $1 billion, fuckface.
I thought that woman really cared for me. I'm the guilty one for uttering those terrible, ugly words that I don't mean.
And remember when Anderson asked him this about Stiviano?
Do you believe she was trying to extort money from you in any way?
She is a good person. She is a beautiful person.
God damn, I've never
Now
actually
listen to
seen
what he
him
told
talk.
his friend about how Stiviano treats her family.
The family is fabulous. Fabulous. Honest is the day along. Poor, and she treats them with a whip. I mean, she just orders them around, puts them in a room. She's mean. She's a monster. They call her the monster.
Monster or not, when Anderson asked Sterling about his relationship with Stiviano, he clammed up.
She must be
I don't really
traveling
want
to the
to talk
Ukraine.
about her.
But he had plenty to say about her and the couple's sex life to his friend on the phone.
I wanted to hear more of this Maserati guy trying to explain why he did what he did, and they asked him if he got any money for it, and he goes no,
not yet.
no, I haven't got any money for it.
Because what you do when you extort somebody in this situation is you go to them, you leak a teaser.
Which is what he
don't
he
put the
clipped
best
it up.
stuff out.
He had a 2-hour
Yeah.
conversation. He clipped it up.
Like if I had an hour of you saying horrible shit, what I would do to get your money.
Did you hear the last CaveCast? Because we
Exactly.
we got hours.
I would put out like 10 minutes of some pretty good stuff, and then I would be like, if you don't want the rest of this shit to come out,
Hook it up with some flow.
it would be better in your interest if I had $2
But
million
at that
in
point,
my
you'd
bank
have
account.
since I'm such a big deal, you'd have news agencies kicking down your door trying to
Yeah.
fucking write you checks for the rest of it. But
Extortion's fucked up, man.
anyways, yeah, I didn't want to go into the whole fucking. I'm sick of hearing about this fucking guy, but I wanted to hear the new Maserati clips. But
I think the biggest thing about the whole case, in the long run, is going to be what it's going to mean about privacy and what rights people have to privacy and what rights they don't have, and like when do you forfeit your rights, that sort of stuff. This will be a case for eventually in the long run of how like that's supposed to work.
It's
a scary thing to think that
all
you can lose
scary,
everything
yeah.
for something that you said in your home, but on the other hand, you can't have a racist running an NBA team where he has the opportunity to abuse his power big time. But I also want one thing that nobody's ever that hasn't happened is there's these players, coaches, and even other people coming out and saying how they've known he's a racist for so many years.
Is there a lot?
There's been a few of guys that come out and said that he's racist.
I know there was one that actually put a suit forward on.
Yeah, and there's people saying we've known this for a while on Twitter and stuff. Well, if everybody knew how big of a racist he was, why did Chris Paul sign there? Like, I believe that he was a racist the whole time and everybody knew it, but you got to be your character has to be called into question. If you know he's a racist, then you play for his team too. Like, any black guy that knew he was a racist should have never signed with the Clippers.
Yeah, it's either
job opportunity.
Swallow your pride and fucking get money, because these guys could play for anybody, but
some of them, I guess.
Some of these teams don't have the they don't have the money. They don't.
And that's the thing is most of these guys are going to the highest bidder. Most of these guys that are starters, go to the highest bidder, which is. That's a fundamental fucked up flaw.
And Sterling's
yourself out.
Yeah,
Sterling's probably not the only one, so they're probably kind of like, well, just.
Yeah, I feel like if it's been known for years how racist he is, these guys that are playing
like
for
there was
it
a
now,
long time
sweeping it under the rug for years.
There was a long time where this team was
getting
the fucking was racist. Everybody knew the Red Sox was a racist organization, and for years until owners changed and management changed. And there were black players that refused to play for the Red Sox because they knew that. They were like, fuck the Red Sox. But Sterling's not alone. Like, Sterling was saying all this stuff, to her, because his rich buddies were giving him shit.
The people that he, like, who knows how many other owners in the NBA have the same beliefs now,
Yeah.
Right.
That we're never going to hear about it because
now
tight-lipped.
they've all got a chance to come out and fucking
They're
demonize this guy.
They're scanning their side pieces with metal, like they're having a guy sweeper and shit for microphones.
Yeah,
it's out of here.
It's like fucking The Sopranos. They're taking him down into the laundry room to fuck him and have conversations.
He has a metal detector in his bedroom doorway. Like before they can even come in to get fucked, they have to walk through the detector.
Oh, and there's a person standing there with a waiver sheet on a clipboard. Fucking. All right, you sign away all rights to open your mouth about any of this.
Right.
Oh, leaving is not an option. Sign on the dotted line.
Yeah, if you don't sign, that guy's gonna put you in a trunk.
Leaving's not an option.
People are so confused about what racism is anymore. Like when anytime someone gets caught for being racist, they try to say they're not a racist, or that that's not racist. He doesn't think what he said is racist. Or at one point, I heard him just say, I said those awful things and I didn't mean. But at first, he tried to say, I'm not a racist.
Well, have you ever gotten an argument with a Christian about why Christianity is so wrong or where they go wrong?
Yeah, I've been.
It's impossible to get through to 99% of them because of their beliefs are so ingrained. I think it's a little bit of the same thing. It's like almost impossible for them to see the error of their thought process.
He has an idea
in their brain.
Yeah. He has an idea in his head of what racism is.
And that old fucker, you're not going to change him.
Right.
Like he's already, his programming is set. You know?
It's his whole attitude. He thinks because he gives black players money that means that no matter what he says or does, he can't be racist. But it's not the case. You can give somebody money while treating them horribly at the same time. People do it all the time.
Yeah.
And then you're signed to a contract for one. I mean, you can't just bounce.
Right.
Otherwise, you're going to lose your money. You get your money, but he has made, a lot of black men rich. He's made them money, made their lives better. Doesn't take away what he said, but he
was up for an
NAACP award, yeah.
Like
he's giving a bunch of money to them.
They gotta be so embarrassed that they were about ready to give him that award.
Yeah. A plaque with his name on it. They're like, oh.
I wish that they would have given it to him first. I'm just sad that didn't happen.
Well, they're not going to give the money back.
No.
It
just would have been great if he won the award and then the tapes came out.
Anyways, yeah, it is what it is. So, what did you think of Floyd's last fight?
It was
Money Mayweather.
It was an awesome fight.
Did Maidana
put up the biggest challenge Floyd's had since Jose Luis Castillo, the first fight.
And that's the funny thing is that you've been saying for a few fights now that you've seen, you think he's slowing down a little bit.
Well, and he said leading up to the fight that this was going to be a different fight than you're used to seeing, and he was going to stand in the pocket and fight him, and he wasn't going to move and shit. And that's kind of what he did. But Maidana deserves credit also, because Maidana's strategy was bowl him into the ropes, and once you get it, as soon as his back touches the ropes, just don't stop swinging.
So Floyd's kind of been the smaller of the fighters in the last couple of fights I've noticed.
His last 3 fights, the guys outweighed him by 20 pounds.
Wow. Is that at weigh-ins or going into the ring?
Going into the ring.
Did they weigh? They don't do that in MMA, do they? Do they weigh guys before they go in the ring?
They have the weigh-in for the official weigh-in, so they can prove they made weight, and then they'll weigh them on fight night. Okay. But they won't always tell you what they weighed on the night of the fight. For some reason, there's guys that don't want their weight to be known when they go in the ring, and that's probably because they're, I don't know, for whatever reason. But Floyd's last 3 fights, he was outweighed by like 20 pounds in each of them.
Huh.
And Maidana was came in at 160 something.
Wow.
Floyd was 147, 148. It like Tyson said about the Maidana Floyd fight. Tyson's not a Floyd fan. He's Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Yeah, he's giving him a lot of criticism and stuff, and
because he fights completely 100%.
Yeah, and he took Pacquiao's side of the Pacquiao Floyd thing, and after this fight though,
I just like that little Filipino.
He's a big Pacquiao fan.
I'm not in the money. I don't like that paw on your jabs. I like to go forward and hurt somebody.
My Donna put him in a situation where he had to scrap for 12 rounds, and that earned a lot. Some people, it earned Floyd some respect, and some people looked at it like Floyd slipping.
Like they found a weak
spot.
Okay.
He is. He's 38 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I mean.
Wow, really?
Yeah, people don't realize that he's older than Pacquiao. He's older than all the guys that he's fighting. He's still going.
Take care of himself pretty good.
Yeah.
I would have never, I didn't realize 38. I thought maybe 35.
He's
especially in boxing too.
I think he's 37 and he's like
body punishment.
But he's losing some of his reflexes and stuff. But he's still enough to win. He's still. I mean, I recommend watching it if you want to watch Floyd get hurt a little bit. It's the best fight to watch.
It's a nice battle.
See, that 38, that really fucking shoots my dreams of having him finally quit talking shit about MMA and get in the cage for a fight or two.
Yeah, he'll never do that.
Damn, man.
I mean,
Herschel Walker. Yeah, wasn't he able to 40 something?
The only way Floyd's gonna do that is if he gets in money problems and he gets offered like a big check.
Which one fight he could go back and box for one fight and fucking take a can and still get $100 million.
Right.
He's not one of those guys that just blows it. I mean, blew his money. Like boxers.
He seems like it. The way he lives. He seems like he lives big.
Yeah, but he's also got a guy taking care of him that's really smart too. Leonard Ellerby is his little pet assistant. I mean, he's the reason that Floyd's the highest paid athlete in the history of sports.
Oh, okay. I got two questions. First, what was that bitch thinking that aborted his kids?
Oh.
She could have been. She had it fucking made for life, or did they already have kids together? They didn't have kids together.
No, him and what's her name?
I don't condone bitches doing this, but for God's sakes, what was she thinking?
And he was putting giant diamonds on her, and he was gonna marry her, and all that.
He put this chick on blast for getting a secret abortion.
Because she got the abortion, she aborted twins, and then she started dating Ray.
Oh, really?
Or not Ray J, Nelly.
Big cock. Oh, I don't know anything about Nelly's
One
cock.
of them. 50 was making fun of it on Twitter not too long ago, actually.
Of Nelly's dick or the whole situation?
The whole situation. He's like, so which one do you want me to kill?
Like all rappers know the dicks they have.
He's like, who do you want me to kill, Nelly or the bitch? Like, it's one of those quick second. He says something like that.
Oh, it's a vine or something?
Yeah, it's a little vine.
50. I love 50.
He's like, who do we kill, Nelly or the bitch?
That's funny shit. And Nelly is such a bitch. He ain't gonna.
Yeah, he's not.
No clapping back. My other question is: do you think Floyd goes universally down as the greatest boxer of all time?
No, he's too hated. But I will always rank him.
He's hated, but you can't fucking.
I will always rank him in the top 5 of boxers of all time in my book.
Like, I hate him and you like him, and I still I'm having trouble. And I like I said, I haven't always followed boxing to the T.
Yeah.
But
his combination of the way he
never
approaches the sport.
I don't see, when I've watched on TV, they've talked about it. Like, there's not too many people that vouch for that, him being the greatest fighter of all time, even in his weight class.
Well,
they don't even give him that credit.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if in a lot of people's book if he'll go down as that.
I mean, he's definitely a top 10er.
Yeah, the things you got to look at, just besides the wins alone, is who he fought, which is the field as tough as it always has been out there now? Is he fighting? Which the Pacquiao thing's gonna be a huge strike against him, even though maybe now not as important as it was.
And that'll be a big part of how he is ranked overall, is because if the Pacquiao fight happens now,
didn't give people the fights they wanted to see.
Right. Even if it happened now, though, he still already blew his chance at what it could have been.
Yeah.
And, you know, if Floyd fights Pacquiao in a month and beats him, he's not... It's going to be, you know, well, if you would have fought him 5 years ago, you would have got your ass kicked. And vice versa. They blew a chance of making one of the, you know, biggest fights in the history of boxing happen.
Fight that should have happened.
Yeah.
You know, it was just... I think both sides handled that horribly.
Yeah, and now it's coming down to there's Oscar De La Hoya and Bob Arum. You know, there's Top Rank versus Golden Boy, and they won't fight each other's fighters against each other.
Really?
And that's
why would you not do that?
Because they want to keep everything in house. So if I'm Top Rank and you're Golden Boy,
you don't want to share the money.
Well, and you don't want my star to beat your star.
That's why I like MMA.
So if you're
why not?
If your star loses, at least he lost to somebody that's gonna gain that
you can make more money.
Right.
You can put in his place.
That's
basically.
why Pacquiao fought Bradley, and because they're all Top Rank, and Floyd's fighting only Golden Boy, and it's ridiculous. Boxing's in a lot of trouble.
Every conversation, no matter what the subject is, it's come down to money, just fucking it up for everybody. Fucking the Donald Sterling thing, money. You know, it's the root. Fucking this
greed.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like, how much do you really need? How much fucking... I understand that you get used to living a certain way and, you know, whatever, but god damn it, how much do you... Floyd could fucking live forever off of one fight if really he wanted to, if he didn't need to fucking...
I could live 5 lifetimes off of one fight.
Yeah, me too.
If you made over
$100 million
a fight...
I said that on Facebook not too long ago in a post. I was like, there is a such thing as having too much. Like... I'm not saying people shouldn't have the freedom to make money, but there's a such thing as getting to a point where I have too much. If you have enough money that you can live 5 lifetimes and not spend all your money, then you have too much fucking money. Like,
it's like my life now. You know, like you give me enough to get by, eat. You know, enjoy myself, have hobbies, like have the few little luxuries. You know that we get. You know, it's enough to live off of. You know, for me personally, because that's what I'm used to.
But there are billionaires out there still trying to maximize their fucking bottom line. Even though they're already billionaires. It's like, dude, stop. Go fucking sit down and enjoy your money and just stop.
Give half of that away and chill.
That's what's cool about
it.
That's what's cool about Buffett and Gates.
How much can you spend in one lifetime?
Those Buffett and Gates both agreed to give half of their fortune away, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
Was it you that put something up on Facebook about how much Gates makes in
I don't think so.
a certain amount of time? God damn it.
It's ridiculous. But him and Warren Buffett, and I think somebody else even have agreed to give half of
like
their
100-something
entire
thousand
fortune
every
away.
To what? I mean, who are they giving it to? Is that
a bunch of different things?
They've got it set.
In Buffett's case, it's gone towards.
Oh wait, we got something special for Marcus.
Oh, I remember this shit. It's so gross.
Because he pulls one out of his mouth.
Yeah.
it's a Don't Be a Menace to South Central.
Like, the hot sauce.
He's sucking on the toes of the hot sauce. Marcus fucking hates...
God!
Marcus hates feet.
Jesus!
The toes are going in.
I'm not even totally against feet, but it's still gross.
Right? God. I don't know what would be worse.
And he's like picking shit out of his teeth.
You know, gay porn, or you know, like, or this. Like I can, you know, like I can enjoy it. Oh. There it is.
Foot fetish guys are weird, man.
Right?
Marcus has the exact opposite of foot fetish. Damn it, dude! I wish
damn near perfect foot.
I wish I would have thought about filming the reaction on that.
What is that?
I've been thinking about that for weeks.
That must be a song name of his, huh?
Ew. It must be an Atmosphere song called Kanye West.
Or that.
Because Kanye West is in the quotes as like a song. Rhymesayers Entertainment.
Right.
Huh.
George W. Bush.
We're running out of time, but I wanted to talk about, we did a show that was fucking clusterfuck we went down and played just outside of Cave Junction.
Oh yeah,
it was like
I didn't even know you guys were playing.
It was a benefit show. What was it? Friday before last.
Yeah.
And basically we were supposed to go on at about 8 o'clock, and I took the stage at 12:30, and this is after driving for 2.5 hours, and it was a whole thing. We get there on time. We decide to go eat, so we drive back to Cave Junction. This is bumfuck Egypt, which, I mean...
O'Brien, Oregon.
O'Brien, Oregon, yeah.
Never heard of it.
Exactly. You know where Oregon Caves, the Oregon Caves are?
Yeah.
Kind of right by there.
Okay.
And so it's O'Brien, Oregon. We go there. It's basically a benefit for them to build this outdoor stage. It's not, it's not for fucking feline leukemia or fucking hip dysplasia or something. It's for building a stage. But whatever. Got to say it was a benefit and make myself feel a little better.
Right.
So we decided to go eat, and I see a sign that says restaurant. You might have seen that I posted it on Facebook. Oh yeah, you commented on it.
Yeah, I saw
So this was the show. So we see Chinese restaurant, and we stop, and right next to the sign, pregnancy center. Well, we go in, and there's the angriest old Chinese woman that I've ever seen in my life, sitting in the corner. You don't even see her as you walk by. Like, it fucking scared me, because Randy's like, oh, hi! And, Jesus Christ, my nose is...
Popped out from behind the door.
Yeah. And she gets up and goes... She starts just walking. And, like, we're not sure if we're supposed to follow her or anything, but so we start following her, thinking, normally somebody takes us to our to a table or whatever, and she just goes... Anywhere. And it took me a second to figure out what was going on. I'm like, what? Oh, she said anywhere. She yelled anywhere at us. Anywhere.
She was telling you to just sit down.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah. So we sit down, and Bud, I want you to take.
All right.
Bud has to take a leak. He's got this sensitive little bladder. And, yeah, yes, no, I'm just kidding.
I had too many beverages that evening. And anyhow, walk into the bathroom, do my thing. I'm a cleanly man. I like to wash my hands and whatnot. So I go to wash my hands, and thank God. But it just starts shooting like chunks of like this brown, rusty water out of the sink. Yeah, and Marcus is coming in as I'm going out, and I'm like, man, the water's horrible. And then I tell them when I get back.
So, okay, I want to cut in just right here. While he's away, we sit down, and Randy, who was doing, he played the set right after mine, MC Absorbed on Facebook, at a Grants Pass. He looks at me, and we're already off put, and he just goes, you make the move, and I'll follow. Like, we walk out, and I'll walk out after you. And at this point, Bud comes back, and Marcus has to take a leak. So, Marcus leaves, and Randy's keeps saying that, and he's like, let's fucking get out of here, And he just goes, well, Bud, okay, god damn it, dude. There's too many levels to this story. Yeah, go ahead.
So I come back to the table and tell you guys about the nasty, rusty, chunky water coming out of the faucet that's been probably cooking our noodles. And and Randy's all like, "Oh, I left my wallet in the car." Mm-hmm. And he gets up and just bails. And
Bud goes, did he really leave his wallet in the car? I'm like, no, he didn't.
Oh, you know me, I'm gullible.
I'm like, well, we gotta wait for Marcus to come back. And so, yeah, Marcus come back and sits down, and he just goes, so you know how you go to wash your hands? And we all just stand up and awkwardly walk out. And I got a breathalyzer in my Jeep, which takes a good fucking minute and a half to warm up. When we get in the Jeep, I plug it in and push the button. This old Chinese man comes out to the parking lot and just stands there and stares at us. Basically, almost until we leave, yeah.
Because he felt like you just robbed a bathroom break or something?
He's just wondering what the hell we're doing, probably.
Yeah, I think
it was awkward.
He's pissed off that he didn't order any of his baby egg rolls. Or whatever the fuck.
pregnancy center / Chinese restaurant.
Egg rolls.
So
that's great.
Yeah, so we go to Dairy Queen and have the greatest fucking Dairy Queen burger I've ever had in my life. Probably because I was about to get some fucking E. coli or some Brazilian ringworm or fucking tape dragon, something that was gonna fuck my asshole up. All of our assholes. We got one bathroom in this house. We can't can't do that shit.
Yeah.
And
not enough buckets.
No. So we go to the show, and it was a wild show. It was basically, I likened it to like Myrtle Creek, or not, Glide Boys. It was almost like Glide Boys. All these guys, but they love fucking reggae. Yeah, it's all hip-hop reggae before, which has the party jumping. The fucking locals are singing along to the words of these guys, and fucking they've obviously grown up with them. Fucking, I'm sure the graduating class of 2004 was all there.
All light-skinned Caucasians.
Yeah, by the way. There was a large Indian fella named Chief who fucking, actually, when he was rapping, he ripped it up. They all ripped the show. They had the crowd going, and it was good.
That's who everybody was obviously there to see.
Yeah, they were all the local guys, and I'm thinking, like, the whole time I'm kind of getting upset because I'm like Bud's got to work in the morning, I got to drive home, fucking, I don't want to be here right now, but I still want to rock a show, and I keep 3 different times, like, we were freestyling outside, and I get myself all hyped up and thinking I'm gonna go on, and it's like, oh, this guy's gonna do, whatever. Yeah.
So they just kept bumping you pretty much.
Well, yeah, it was like every artist who came up, Danny.
They went overtime.
2 hours or two acts ahead of that guy.
Yeah.
And then the next guy came.
That's why you have to have somebody that's in charge and making sure that people stick close
they weren't
to
doing
their
that.
fucking
No,
clock.
everybody was going overtime. I was probably the only person that didn't go overtime. Me and Randy, so we're goddamn professionals. So 12:30 rolls around and I get to go up and do my set, which actually goes off pretty well, considering fucking people were pretty psycho drunk by then,
and had seen plenty of music.
Oh yeah, but the thing about it was, when I first started my first song, I was the first actual hip hop act, and from the fucking party starting reggae guys that had people jumping around and shaking their asses and stuff.
Yeah.
It was such a vast change.
It got real lyrical real fast.
Yeah, it was not disheartening, I don't want to say, because I didn't really give much of a fuck. I knew that something like that was going to happen.
But it just changed the mood.
But I had them dancing by the end, kind of. They kind of got into... But my beats are not... They're just not for fucking...
You're supposed to listen.
Yeah, they're not for that kind of dancing. And it's more headphone music, And
yeah.
So, nothing really of note happened during my set. It went pretty good, and I got props afterwards. Marcus came up and did a track with me, and it all went off pretty well, I think.
A good show.
So,
good showing.
Randy comes up after me, and he starts doing his set, and his levels are all fucked up. He wasn't super prepared with his beats, and also fucking just everybody was fucked up, and the levels guy wasn't really paying close enough attention.
I think it switched at that point in time. Like,
yeah.
The person who was doing it spelled out.
And somebody bumped into the mixer and turned the mixer off in the middle of Randy's set. And
the drunk chick fell into oh god.
So about 3 songs in, this fucking wasted bitch, we're working on a 20-foot mic cord, which means we can't go fucking more than like 15 feet away from where the mixer's set up off to the side.
Right.
And it's not a stage. People are dancing right here. I'm dancing with people when I'm doing my set and shit,
Right.
And this drunk bitch starts going behind Randy, and I'm like, she's gonna fucking trip over that cord and pull the mic out of his hand, and I'm too far away to fucking even, I'm not gonna regulate in a town that isn't mine where everybody knows each other. I'll fucking end up in the woods somewhere. And also this wasn't necessarily a regulating situation, cause she looks down at the last second, tries to bring her feet up to step over the mic cord, and just starts going forward, and she's scorpioned almost, but it was like this.
The speaker in the corner.
Yeah, and there's a speaker here, and a wall here, and a hardwood floor here, and her head goes here.
Where the wall
doesn't stick her hands out to protect herself at all. Hands are down by her knees, and her butt's up in the air, and her face is just on the floor.
Like a tree.
Boom! And I'm across the way going, I should go help her. Should I go help her? Man, yeah. And then out of nowhere, like, because Marcus was clear to the other side right by that, he comes up behind Randy and well.
Didn't, I just asked her if she was okay, and she looks up at me, and her face is just beet red. And she just goes, yeah, I'm okay. She's fine. You get her up and get her off. Didn't really disrupt Randy at all.
He didn't get her off.
Oh, yeah. No, that
was later, but...
I got her up.
He got... Yeah. But anyways, it was fucking the funniest thing that I couldn't laugh at the time.
Because you were busy on stage.
No, I was done. I was done with my set, watching Randy's set. And I just... I thought she wasn't moving at all. It was just boom, and then nothing. She just ass in the air, fucking, knees up, knees at the elbows, kind of thing.
Crumpled. She was
hard to figure out a descriptive word for that, but
bag of rocks
just went down, and then two dudes that grew up together almost were trying to get in a fight. They got all drunk and disorderly. You know how like fucking when all our friends get together, pretty much.
4 G's.
And oh my god, yeah. Well, there's more we could get into, I guess, but we're running out of time here, and fucking. Anyways, it was a fun show. We had a lot of stories came from it. And it was a good time, and Statement, who headlined it, did a fucking gracious job of headlining when the fight was going on all around it. He switched up his set in the middle, trying to keep the peace, and he's a good MC.
Rocked a positive song.
He rocked a whole positive set, and it was impressive what he did. And so it was overall fucking, for as stressful and as disappointing as the night started out, it was a fun night. And
memorable.
Yes, very memorable.
Something that won't be soon forgotten.
So anyways,
Doug Stanhope's going to be in Medford. I don't know if you
saw that.
It was pretty cool.
When's that going to be? Because Sage is going to be...
June 22nd.
June 14th is Sage in Portland, which I'm going to. So goddamn, I don't know if I'll have the money.
It'll be June 22nd in
I love
Medford.
He's one of my favorites.
$25.
Fuck.
Watch him in the Louis.
Oh, we'll figure it out. Anyways, thanks for listening. This has been the CaveCast number 18. I'm Admire. He's St. Kynes. The other guy is Munkus, and the other guy beside him is Buddro. And we'll see you next time. And I'll leave you with the last words that Tupac said to anybody in his life. And it was to the cop that pulled him out of the car after he was shot. Wait, what did the cop say? Cop said,
Who shot you?
Wake up. Who was it that shot you? And Tupac said, fuck you! Alright, peace.
Fuck